Hi guys, I'm sorry I haven't been back for a while. I was busy doing a lot of stuff with my family and also trying to get my business going. It's kind of hard nowadays that to focus on anything because the reason is either you're focusing on work, trying to survive, trying to make sure your family can pay rent, and most of all these things are happening around the world, especially these riots. You know, I have no stance on these riots because the reason is this. It's a local problem with Minneapolis. Okay, the police officer that he did on the poor person there. We call us. My heart breaks for the family. You know, it's one of those things that law enforcement is not perfect. Okay, anything that in this, we call us anything that includes we call us enforce we call us law enforcement and criminal activity are always going to be clashing. And also on the problem is this like that. Always bad apples ruin the bunch. You know, if I were this family, the victim, I will sue. I will sue. I will sue the police. I will sue the mayor. I will sue the Democratic governor. The reason is they're Democrats. Okay, under them that they have a diversified city, and yet they never tackle the problem of police brutality. So it kind of shows you that nothing's perfect. Should they disband the police department? No, I can replace it with. No, the police is there. It is. You know, every police department, and I think we call this in America that has has some growing up to do. And we call us that. Do you think that there was brutality way back then before this? Yes, there's. You know, because law enforcement back then that was to keep the law and order. Okay, before the '60s, during the turn of the century, 1901, okay, cops used to carry, what call us that, before guns, you used to carry, what call us, wooden batons, okay, and the guns were hidden. That's a secondary weapon. You know what the batons are for? To smash over the head so they can drag you to jail. Okay, because we call this they want to enforce and also they also enforce vacancy laws back then also, so they had to be really ruthless. So the police officers back then were running the mill tough guys way back then. And it's an unfortunate thing that it happened back then, but that's the process of society's getting civil. We call this nowadays that our police are very very professional now, educated. We call this they have the best of all trainings. You know, we see we call this. I have my call this, my friend of mine is in Chicago. Okay, most of I have my friends are cops. Okay, and we call this that and when I studied law, okay, I always ask them questions. Most of my police officer friends are always retrained all the time. They undergo training every month because there's new things coming out of the pike that might threaten them. How to pull over a person that race issues, emergencies, how to deal with veterans, how to deal with what goes handicapped people, medical things. So they have to earn the certs all the time, and like all this, that's a sign of a growth of a police department. And Minneapolis, in my opinion, is that I call this. It's a liberal town. Okay, ever been to the town? People are nice in Minnesota. Okay, one of the nice people in the world. They're Lutheran-based Swedish, population, but very professional. Okay, they're very welcoming. They had the biggest Ethiopian community there. Somali communities up there. And what call this? Did they complain when this new immigrants moved in? No, they welcomed them. The reason is they value the side of a person. Not a they value the person's contribution to society. And unfortunate things that and some few bad apples that is always will come out, especially that the police department. And and we call it there's always gonna be clashing with criminals. After a while, that the selection process is it's not always perfect. Hence, what happened. So we call this. You have to keep the government accountable in these things. That's why it's all this came at the right time also because you know why we're election time's coming up and and Trump like that we call this it's a law and order president. But we call this one thing I like about him. He's holding these people accountable, especially the governors of the state. This is your problem. What are you trying to suggest? I can't do anything. I'm the president. I can only tweet what I say, but I can't enforce everything. You're the one to enforce the problems. And by the looks of this, all this governors that, especially Democratic governors that I have, are the best states in the world. They're the best educated, populace that they still yet failed. You know why? Because we call us a they have to be they're not being accountable. People right now with these things happening with these lockdowns and that, and especially people are now holding them accountable. We see the Democratic Party becoming popular nowadays. Might depending. And are they gonna become powerful? Are they becoming a force? I think not anymore. The reason is this: they showed the white collars that they are ineffective. Of course, they're very good in raising funds to that, especially programs, but out of your pocket though, from your tax money. So let's say for me that in Illinois, they have the good programs to that, okay? Especially for the poor. And also if you're medically disabled or you're a disabled person, oh, if they have a disabled child, they'll give you help and everything. But in my opinion, they abuse that thing because they got too greedy. And because if they do get too greedy, get too corrupt, guess what happens? Same thing's gonna happen to the Republican Party. If you can't get rid of the bad apples in your bunch, this is gonna happen. So I believe that we call this that you have to hold the people accountable. If Trump has to hold them accountable. This is your problem, guys. And now this guy, her Mayor Jacob Fry, wants money. Okay, because of this city is they has lacking money because the rights. Well, that's your problem, Mr. Mayor of Minnesota, Mayor of Minneapolis. You had the chance that way. You are on top of a diverse person. You have programs. You have like pro abortion. You have pro abortion day. Now, if you can hold that day in that marketing campaign, you can at least find a way to that to improve the police department. Okay, trying to get rid of your police department, it's just like getting rid of your right arm. So you need it. If I were him, that we call this that launch a campaign, apologize to your neighborhood, give jobs to those people. Okay, give them hope. And we call this and less policing to that. If you keep hitting them with every pop us poor people with with tough measures without recovery to that, do it. You are Mr. Mayor. If I have opinion of that, you are we call us the people there voted for you in. You know, befriend all the businesses. I like all Democratic governors that all there. Give economic opportunity. If Trump's gonna help you, ask for yourself. Swallow your pride. It doesn't mean that you lose your thing down the road, lose your reelection, lose your support for your thing. Well, do something for the people. Remember, the great Democratic President Bill Clinton, and the last 4 years of his term, he helped the economy. The Democrats even voted to impeach to impeach. Some Democrats even, when it was impeached, where were the Democrats? Nobody there. So, for all you leaders out there, if you can help your people out, and you're not gonna get reelected, go for it. Like all this, that make a mark for history. If it helps down the road, people down the road, that's all you need to do. Because that if you seek to be the pretty boy, remember one thing. Okay, popular people never last. Effective leaders do.